morning and a warm welcome to you. This is Frugalful. My name's Lara. This is a frugal living and budgeting channel, and springtime, it feels like springtime is here at long last. Hooray! It's technically the spring equinox on around the 21st, but it definitely feels brighter, warmer, nice and sunny, flowers coming through. It's so welcome, so welcome to see this. And wherever you are, I hope that the weather is being good to you. I hope your month is going very well. If you're doing a low or a no spend this year or this month or this week or today, let us know how it's going. Let us know what you're doing. And I wish you all the very best with it. So I'm continuing on with my reduced budget for food, essentials, etc. through the year. It's low spend in that sense, year 2. And then I'm still using sinking funds for other areas of my budget as well to help me keep on track with my budgeting and frugality goals. So we're into March. I'm about to show you, now we're about halfway through March right now, but I'm about to show you, past me, showing you my shopping. I got a big bulk online delivery last week from Asda. That was most of my stuff that I needed for the month of March. And I'm talking about some numbers in that part of the video. I'm going to come back shortly with the next part after the number crunching and show you how it's going so far with my budget for March. The answer is I've definitely spent a lot more than I spent in February, but it's all good because I have a plan and none of it's gone to waste. So I'll be back shortly. See you soon. I've got my Asda online shop here to show you. It came to £106.90, which now that everything's going up in price, I actually do feel like I got quite a lot for my money. So let's have a look through this lot. There's loads here. 7 cartons of almond milk. Should have been 10 for the same price, but they were out of stock, so they gave me this more expensive one. And it's easier to just not, I thought I'll just take the substitute. It's easier to just not say no, I'll just leave it, because then I've got the whole rigmarole of carrying the milk and everything. But I might need to get a few almond milks at the end of the month. I'll see how it goes. I'm trying to cut back on how much milk I use, so we'll see. 9 tins of soup of various types. I think it's just such a handy standby thing for when I'm tired, but I want something nutritious and delicious. 4 tins of tomatoes. 8 tins of low salt baked beans. 4 tins of tuna in spring water. Massive bag of potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Onions. I wanted red onions. I've been given them as a substitute. Fair enough. And then we've got fusilli and spaghetti pastas, but they're whole wheat to be a bit healthier. Again, brown rice to be healthier. Plain flour, as I'd run out. Bag of popcorn for a movie night. Some tomato puree, lentils, garlic granules, some sugar, some vinegar, diluting orange juice and Pepsi juice, some extra virgin olive oil, eggs, again a good standby, some cup of soups of the golden veggie variety, sultanas and honey, and I'm going to just turn you around 2 wee seconds. This bit isn't a part of my regular bill. This is Bella's separate kitty cat fund, but she really loves this. It's the Asda Tiger fish selection. I've tried her with other kinds of the tiger tinned food, but it's the fishy ones that she loves, so that's what she gets. And it's so cute. When I unpack and put this away, she'll join in and she'll sit on top of the cardboard and play with the packaging, because that's the kind of girl she is. She's very cute and sweet. And then we've got, I'll come to these in a second. So then we've got fresh and frozen. There's 12 yogurts, some lemons, cheese, Now this is a vegetarian black pudding to try. Looking forward to seeing what that's like at some point. Lots of soya beans because they are something I really enjoy, even as a kind of snacky thing, but they're so healthy, much healthier than other alternatives. Some bacon and some croissants for a special breakfast, and some sausages, some steak and gravy pies, veggie ones, and these are corn veggie sausages, and some meat-free burgers. So that's all the foodie things. And then for the household and that stuff, we've got some flushable toilet wipes. There's laundry liquid, kitchen roll, bath soak. Now the shampoo, shampoo. I was thinking this was going to be a bigger bottle, which is why I paid what I paid. I mean, I think it was about $1.50, which isn't bad, but I thought I was getting something bigger, so that's a bit rubbish. But anyway, never mind, I've learnt now. Deodorant roll-on, toothpaste, shower gels, some cold and flu relief sachets, and some ibuprofen. I've got loads of paracetamol already. Unfortunately, I'm still feeling quite run down at times. There's something with my sinuses still that's not been quite right. And I'm still finding every now and then I'm needing to use pain relief and stuff. So it's good to just have a supply just in case. And then finally some disposable razors. Now, it's actually cheaper to use men's ones rather than women's. For some reason, they charge a lot more for women's. But I actually find the men's ones work better anyway. So it's a no-brainer to me, and it's definitely a good wee budget tip. So there you have it. Lots of things. Now, is it as much as I would have got for the price in the past? No, definitely not. But it actually looks like more than I thought it was going to, seeing it all out on the worktops, on the counters. And it's just, everything has gone up so much, but it's still way cheaper for me to do this once in a while to stock up on things. And then after that, just top up for the essentials. It's cheaper to do it that way than be running out for lots of top-up shops, which I've definitely realised because I've already spent $126.99 for March. Now I've got a $125 budget, so I'm $199 over budget. But I did have a bit that I'd carried forward that I didn't spend in February. So $199 can come out of that, so it's okay. But my plan is I don't want to spend any more for food this month in March now. I'm going to just try and use everything I've got. Only if I'm spending money in a social way, then I'll make allowances for that in a separate sinking fund. But I want to make what I've got now last. But the reason for that extra £20 and 79p, off the top of my head, I think it was. Yeah. That was just a few separate wee top-up shops here and there that weren't really that intentional over the last, between now and, so today's the day I'm filming this, we're nearly a week into March. So just in that sort of first week, wee top-up shops here and there have really, really quickly mounted up. So it just goes to show that a big bulk shop saves on the temptation of being in the store and buying unnecessary things, and it really can make a big difference. So I will still be doing these these bulk shops rather, as a mainstay when I'm doing my food planning. But I need to get back more into the swing of meal planning, batch cooking, and being more intentional on what exactly I buy and how I'm going to go about it. And then I'm less likely to be popping in and doing top-up shops that are a bit wasteful in money. It's not been too wasteful, but I could have probably made the money stretch a lot further. But then it's been finding that balance as well with time and energy being limited. So it's that kind of dance between the three, I suppose, how we manage and navigate that. And it's always a learning experience. When I've got more time and energy, I definitely budget a lot better. But it is finding that sweet spot and that balance. And that's a personal journey. We find what works best for us as we go along. So yeah, it's great to share this with you. And it's always good to hear your tips and ideas as well about how you manage that balance. And I'll do some number crunching and I'll be back. Yeah, so now I mentioned $126.99 last week at that point. I'm now actually at, well, what I'll do first is I'll explain that usually it's £25 a week. So for March, that means £125 for the entire 5 weeks. But because things went so well in February, I'm also adding on my carried forward budget, leftover money from February's low spend, which was £23.36. So if you add that on, it means in total I had £148.36 from my food budget for March. So that it's the food, cleaning, household, toiletries, essentials. £25 a week usually, but 148.36 for March. So I'm going to list right here all the spends that I have made. So there was the online shop, but there's also been a whole bunch of other purchases. Now, the ones like Lidl and the other Asda ones, that's fair enough. The B&M, these were things that are like part of my overall foodie plan for the month. That's okay. But the ones like the M&S and the Greggs, they are when I'm hungry and I hadn't been organised with meals for like lunches, for example, or I hadn't really eaten well through the day and I was tired and hungry and looking for snacks and naughty things. So I could have done better on those aspects of my budget, but hey, I can see what happens and why that kind of gets me off track with the frugality and the weight loss related stuff. So I live and I learn as we do. But just to say, all of that comes to £157.36. But I've deducted my 2 vintage sales. One was for £4 and one was for £1. And that means that I'm at £152.36. So I'm exactly £4 over budget for March at this point, factoring all those things in. I'd rather not have to factor those in, because if I didn't have to, that would be £23.36, £1 and £4 that I could put towards other goals or my budget buffer. So I'd rather not have to fall back on them. But realistically, I know that food and everything has gone up, and some months I might have to do that kind of thing just to help me stay on track, because 25 a week is really a tall order and it is a challenge to stick to that. I will wherever possible, and when I'm being super organised and I'm managing my time and managing my energy and resources and planning ahead, batch cooking and being organised, then it's so much easier to try and stay on track. So that brings us to the plan for the rest of March. How am I going to ensure that I don't go any higher over the budget and hopefully get back on track with budget? Well, I'm sure, hopefully, I can sell at least one thing for £4 to bring me back in line on budget. So that part's okay. But what I'm planning to do now is I'm going to have a spending ban for the rest of March. I'm not going to set foot in any supermarkets. I'm only going to use stuff I've got, and I'm going to religiously stick to that. The only exception being out of my social sinking fund or gift sinking fund, if I'm doing things where I'm like celebrating with a friend or family for birthday or like social thing, but there is completely separate sinking funds for that. So I've accounted for the finances around that, and I'll be able to afford to do that using the sinking funds without blowing a budget or anything. So that's all good. So that's not part of my general foodie day-to-day budgeting bill. And so I'm going to live from my cupboards, fridge, freezer. as I mentioned on Friday in that video, I have started a food diary as of yesterday, so Monday. So tracking what I eat, I think, is going to be a massive help, but I'm also listing the easiest, most accessible meals that I can have over the next few weeks, so that I know that no matter what, I'm not stuck. I have things available here to eat. I just have to make sure I do it and be organised. But it just raises my awareness and reminds me when I'm busy or I'm tired that there are plenty of options there. It's just a case of having what's here and just avoiding setting foot in the shops where they're attempting things that are going to derail my diet efforts as well. So I'm looking forward over the next few weeks to sharing with you both the food diaries as part of my Friday check-ins with weight, but also how I am utilising what I've got at home. So on Sunday, there will be a batch cook vid. I have actually done the batch cooking at this point in time as I film this, and that's helped inform and plan what I'm going to eat for the week ahead, using up leftovers and stuff. So I feel really motivated. I think the fact we're into spring has really given me a boost, and it's kind of helped me spring into action. Yeah, spring out of my chair, get going on this, feeling much more motivated and excited for making some real positive changes here. And I'm so pleased to bring you along for the journey and share that with you. And whatever foodie, dietary kind of things you're working on at the moment, I hope it's going well, and let us know. And we're in this together. We can do this. High five to you and very best wishes. And I'll see you very soon on the channel. In fact, yeah, for Friday, for the first weekly foodie diary, weigh-in, etc. Looking forward to it. Take care. See you then. Bye.